It's cooking with award-winning chef David Burke today on Let's Cook. Hi, welcome to Let's Cook. I'm here with Chef David Burke. David, welcome to Let's Cook. Thanks so much for coming on.
It's good to be here, Paul.
Now, you just opened a new restaurant, and you're telling me it's packed.
Yeah, we opened a few weeks ago.
It's
called David Burke and Donatella. It's on 61st Street between Park Avenue and Lexington Avenues, very close to Bloomingdale's.
Okay, so and you guys are just rocking and rolling over there.
We're doing it, yeah.
Okay, if you don't know who David Burke is, let me tell you a little bit about him. First of all, David was the Chef of the Year in 1998 by Chef Magazine. He was also the Chef of the Year in 1998 from the Vital Club. He has won the 5 Diamond Award of Excellence every year he's had a restaurant by the American Academy of Hospitality Sciences, which is a very prestigious award. In 1996 and 97, he was awarded the Robert Mondavi Culinary Award of Excellence. David, and then you took a little hiatus, and now you're back.
Yeah,
now
you're
back in the mainstream.
We're back in full swing.
Back in full swing.
It's good to be back in the kitchen.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Isn't it great? So, David is one of the most creative chefs. Now, you have some nice items on the menu. The first one we're going to do is
This is from my book, and this is a sweet potato soup that we finished with smoked turkey.
Okay.
And brown bread croutons and a little sage, and it's pretty simple to do it. What we have here, we'll start over here.
Okay,
you have some butter and some onions or leeks.
Leeks, yeah, we use leeks.
Leeks are a little sweeter, and I like them much better for soups. Celery. Sweet potatoes go in.
Sweet potatoes out of the water.
It's just basically like making a potato leek soup at this point.
Let me just get rid of
it. And I have, you want to sweat that down. Here's some fresh sage. We'll throw some in. Now we'll save some for later, and also some thyme.
Some thyme?
Thyme. And
fresh is better, right, David?
I think so. Yeah. I think so. For most herbs, yes. Sometimes drying them makes them a little more potent and gives them a little different taste.
I usually tell people if they're using dried to start it at the very beginning, and if they're fresh, they
cook it out a little bit.
Yeah,
yes.
Cook it out,
yes.
definitely.
Right? Yeah, you need it to bloom out a little bit.
Okay,
that is the process to begin. Sweat it out. Then you add this chicken broth, which brings us to here. This has been cooking about an hour, let's say.
I'll put a little bit in there. How much chicken broth would you use?
I think it's about a quart. This will,
about a quart.
The recipe you have, but there's about a quart of broth in there, and then you got about a pint of vegetables. So you're making a quart and a half soup.
And now
we're also adding a little butter at the end, but you lose a little when
the butter is very important.
The butter softens it out.
More butter is better.
Butter is always better. Anyway, we're ready to puree. If you get to this stage here, and you can smell it, it's really nice. This time of year, it's perfect too. And it's it's an inexpensive soup. Here's the
immersion blender. We're going to pull this a little more. Yeah, let me pull. We'll just pull the thyme out there. I got that out.
And then now you could serve the soup just like this.
Yes.
In a bowl with some croutons and the smoked turkey cubes. We're going to puree it.
Okay. Yeah, you got to watch this. You want me to dice up some of that smoked turkey for you? Okay. Okay.
So we're pureeing this almost to a bisque.
Beautiful. Almost a bisque consistency. Yes. If it's too tight, you could just add a little bit.
You add a little more stock or some. Even this is a good soup if you wanted to put apple juice in it as well would work. A little apple juice in here and some diced apples.
Okay. And you don't finish this with cream, but here you do finish it with a little butter.
And
I'll show you. Just a little butter.
Here, you see how thick that is? I'm going to add a little bit of butter, melt it in. Okay. Also, a little bit more broth if you got some.
Okay, just a little bit more.
It's not too thick, but I like them to be a little bit more.
A little thinner?
Keep going. There you go. That's it.
That's good?
Yep. And now, right here, this is some good pumpernickel.
Okay, I got the pan heating up here. I'll put a little butter in there for you.
Yes. And this is going to be our garnish.
Okay. Now, there's another way you can serve this too, right?
There's another way to do it. Yes. I'll show you that in a moment.
Oh, you're going to show.
This is, that's to serve it in a pastry dome. And that's quite easy too, but I'll show you how to do that.
Okay.
Now, this goes in here. The turkey goes right in. Smoked turkey will infuse the sweet potato with the smoky flavor.
So you don't start with the smoked turkey at all?
I kind of do it at the end and just let it warm through. You could also do this with bacon, if you want.
A little bit of bacon.
Turkey. And also, this is a great leftover dish if you're having turkey with sweet potatoes. And this is basically an idea that would work as a second day dish, which is actually how I'm writing my next book.
Can I put a little bit of this sage right in there with the croutons here?
Absolutely, it's good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
And so what we do here,
okay,
for this particular version,
all right,
we'll pour the soup in here.
Okay.
Nice lunch.
Yeah, that looks good.
A little bit of the croutons.
A little bit of the croutons.
We also made some sweet potato chips.
Okay.
On the side, which are just sauteed in oil.
Oh, whoops.
You can put a few of those in. You got the smoked turkey, the brown bread.
There you go. That looks real good, right? Beautiful.
Put that right here.
Okay.
And
you want the chips?
Yeah, put some chips there as well. You can either serve the chips on the side.
Those are good.
Over here.
I'm going to get the other one out of the oven so we can
get the other one out of the oven, and we'll go right to that. I will show you quickly what we did with the other soup.
I'm exploding. I'm exploding.
Okay.
Look how great that looks.
Now, the next step to that, I'll show you how we got there with this one. You need a nice size ramekin.
Little puff dough here?
This is actually a dish on the menu at the restaurant.
Yes. Okay.
A little puff pastry dough. And what you do is you take something that's round, about the size of your thing, so you have a template kind of. And you score around it like that.
Score around it that way?
Doesn't have to be perfect anyway. What you do is egg wash.
The egg wash the inside before you put it on, right?
Yes, that way it'll seal.
That way it'll seal.
This is what you do. Now, this goes in. You can have the soup cold when you do this and bake it from the cold state. And the beauty of this dish is you can have 4 or 5 of them prepared in your refrigerator when the guests arrive. You just bake them. Take about a half hour. This gets egg washed in the oven. You get to this stage. The next thing we do is add a little cheese to this.
A little cheese, some cheddar cheese. Just let that cheddar cheese melt a little bit.
Yeah, the cheddar cheese goes on back in the oven. And also I have a little bit of blanched bacon. So once this melts, we'll put the bacon on it, like so.
Okay.
And then you put that back in the oven.
And that's bada bing, bada boom.
Done.
Done deal.
Done.
Okay, David, we need to take a little break. This is great for the holidays, by the way. We need to take a little break. And then when we come back, we have a delicious loin of pork that we're making here, a rack of pork with some garlicky clams.
Garlicky clams and a little bit of some vegetables, Portuguese style.
Portuguese. Don't go anywhere. I'm cooking with David Burke today. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook, where I'm here with Chef David Burke. And now, David, your new restaurant, which just opened in Manhattan at 61st and Park?
Correct.
Okay. David Burke and Donatella.
That's it.
You guys are jamming.
We're jamming.
We're doing something off the menu.
Yeah, well, this is a version. We have a suckling pig on the menu.
Okay.
This is a rack of pork, which I think will be nice for holiday times as well. This, as you see, is a 6-bone rack of pork. We're going to roast in the oven, seasoned. You know, you put lots of salt and pepper on it. You see whoever did a nice job here. I like that. So they opened it up a little, help in the speed of cooking.
Okay. Now I already have one done over here. All right. So we have one done, right?
Okay.
David.
The sauce is made with clams. This is a Portuguese idea, and what I did here. That looks great.
Yeah. What we want to tell them before you start with the clams?
Yeah.
Let's tell them how you can sear this with the bone in.
What you do is take the meat as it's seasoned. You put it right into a hot pan that's in the oven with a little bit of oil. You brown it up, and then you just transfer it right to a rack like that, or leave it right in the pan. About an hour.
About an hour.
About an hour. 375, 400. You want a pretty good heat. The rack of pork has a little more fat on, which is good flavor wise. The sauce here, very simply, what I did is I sauteed lots of garlic. With the clams and the shallots, I added a little bit of white wine, and I covered it and I steamed it. The next part of this is, it's simple. It's a one-pot meal. It's peppers, 3 different colors, tomatoes, lots of the zest of 2 lemons. And this is very important for this. It gives it that zip. This is fresh parsley and cilantro leaves. And again...
And you call these garlicky clams.
Garlicky clams. And I got a little bit more butter. Butter's king.
Okay.
Butter goes in. As I'm going to turn it up a little bit.
Get this out of your way here.
And as you can see, we're creating a nice broth here. We have a little bit of the clam juice, the butter. Don't be cheap with the butter.
More butter is better.
Whenever you work in restaurants, especially the French ones, you use a lot of butter. Anyway, you see how good that looks. But the pork goes on a rack.
Okay. How do you want this cut?
I would just cut 2 chops off.
Okay.
And lay them out here and then leave the rack whole. That's a good presentation.
Okay.
And I'll spoon the clams over.
All right.
That looks really nice.
Yeah, see, it's perfectly cooked here. Nice.
That looks real good. I'm going to put lots of black pepper in too.
All right.
And a little bit of salt.
Whoops. 1 and 2. Yeah, you have to when you get the rack of pork here from your butcher, you need to make sure that they split through the chine bone here.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
nice.
you'll never be able to cut through.
They got to help you out a little
Uh-huh.
bit. Now you can do this with loin of pork too.
Uh-huh.
You can do this, even serve this with a big rack of ribs with the clams if you'd like to do that as well.
Is that good?
Yeah, I'd put this right here.
Okay.
Like this. And then we'll just kind of serve this.
Just a little bit of garlicky clam
little garlicky
going on
clams.
right on top.
Right on top.
This is
There you go.
this is a Portuguese style thing with the clams and the cilantro.
And sometimes you can put a little chorizo in here with the clams if you wanted, or a little bit of bacon. And or you can just do these clams as is. Just forget the pork. Do some hot garlicky clams. So here. And spaghetti, a little macaroni.
A little macaroni. And look at this clam. It's perfectly cooked.
Yes. And that's the beauty about clams. They cook in 5 minutes. You heat them up and you got yourself a gorgeous sauce. Look at this. I mean,
this looks excellent. I haven't been to your restaurant yet.
We do this at the restaurant with suckling pig. And we just slice the pig. It's stuffed with a pork meatloaf.
Wow.
And the suckling pig, and it's really, really sweet. It's nice.
Out of this world.
So you get the skin,
Yeah, the real like the
chef
crunchy,
food. Yeah.
the crispy,
the chicharrone.
Chicharrone. We're gonna take a little break, and then when we come back, David? We have
pumpkin creme brulee and cheesecake lollipops.
Don't go anywhere. It's Let's Cook with David Burke today. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook. I'm here with David Burke, and David, we are making a pumpkin creme brulee.
Yes. Pumpkin pie meets creme brulee. Yes.
Pumpkin pie meets creme brulee. Yeah. So, what's the procedure here, David?
The first thing is to get some pumpkins. This is actually a nice one, and you have the baby ones to your left.
I have these.
Those we're going to use for the chips.
Yes.
And also for sometimes the filling.
Okay.
But what you need, this is a good serving because it's bigger. Those are too small because we're going to cook it right in here. What I did already is hollow this out. You take a knife, you hollow it out. You scoop out the seeds. You can dry the seeds out and candy them if you like with a little powdered sugar. And this is going to be our ramekin. All right. First step for any custard is a pot heated up. I have milk here. Okay. And heavy cream. And sugar.
A little bit of sugar there. Not too much because the pumpkins are a little sweet.
But the sugar depends. Don't be afraid to taste this and adjust the sweetness. Sometimes if you use canned pumpkin, sometimes it's already sweetened. Yeah. And if you're going to use this pumpkin diced up, which you can use as well, then you'll have to add more sugar. Okay. So I'm going to add this. This is the stuff from the can, which is sweetened already. That's why we put less.
And it's a lot less work too if you want to buy the can.
It's a lot less work.
A lot less work.
Again, you can make this creme brulee and serve it in one of these as well instead of doing the pumpkin if you didn't want to do all the carving. But the carving can be fun anyway. Vanilla, Tahitian beans. These are very good. I split it already. Then what you do is kind of just scrape your knife down, and this is the gold. That's the gold.
That's it. We're gonna. Can we do that one more time, and we'll just show them how nice what those beads look like? Is there any more in that one there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, this is the other half.
We're gonna hold it over the pot, nice and slow, so we can see how nice that looks. That was beautiful. We're gonna get a shot. See, beautiful.
That really. I mean, that's a lot too.
Yes, that's a lot.
We like strong flavors, and these you keep. Dry these out, and save them, and you can chop them up and add them to milk, and or keep them in your sugar canister to flavor the sugar. So you got the pumpkin cream half and half, and what you do is infuse the flavor.
Okay, now I'm going to use a mandolin to cut these chips.
That's exactly right.
Okay,
yes.
And I didn't seed it out. I just started from the bottom here. I'll just remove because the seeds end up being so thin that you can just pull them out.
You can eat the seeds anyway, either way. If you fry them, we didn't do that here. Yes. Oh, here's a little cinnamon, which I didn't add. Goes in.
Okay.
And then, so our custard that's beautiful. Now, these can be eaten as a bar snack, deep fried with salt, or you can deep fry them and hit them with powdered sugar and use them as a sweet.
Either way, it's going to work.
Either way.
But low temp frying.
Low temp. You want to get some
you need
water.
some eggs.
I do need eggs.
Okay.
Now, this custard, by the way, what we're making here, if you have an ice cream machine, you can just freeze it and make ice cream out of this.
Okay, let me shut this down so you don't have to move that away. Okay.
So, or you could actually, make your creme brulee, make it a little extra, and then freeze some to serve with it. So you'd have a pumpkin.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm gonna put this here. Whoops.
You got some shells in it.
Did I get?
And
that's why.
A seed.
That's why. No, that's why. No, that's a pumpkin seed. Right. That's why I use brown eggs.
Oh, so you can see the shell.
Yeah.
Brown eggs are there. They look a little more wholesome as well. Now we're gonna temper this. So as Paul whips, I'm gonna just pour this in slow.
Temper it nice and slow.
Scramble the eggs.
Don't cook the eggs.
Look at that.
Oh, beautiful.
All that vanilla.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Alrighty.
Again, that's got the cinnamon, the vanilla, the pumpkin.
We're gonna taste.
Yeah, you should always taste
Here
it.
you go, David.
Oh, you want me to taste?
Yeah, I want you to taste.
It's good.
Is
it's good. It's not too sweet. Taste it. It's not. You got to remember, we're also going to be putting sugar on the top of this.
Excellent. Really good.
So it'll be sweeter with the creme brulee glaze.
Okay.
This gets put into here.
You know what? Yeah, I have a ladle for you, and look, I have we have a little baking dish right here.
Water bath.
Water bath in there.
Look at all of these. Lots of vanilla.
Beautiful.
Here. And this is a fun way to present it. And again, you could even get a bigger pumpkin. It would take a little longer to cook it, and bake a big pumpkin for a family size.
And then just cut into
it.
it.
You scoop it out like a chocolate mousse.
Out of this. And then you could also, if you wanted, if I had a bigger pumpkin, what I would do is I would just cut it in half.
Yes. Okay, good idea.
I would just cut it in half, scoop it in half, and have two of them.
Take the stems
like twin pumpkins.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Anyway, I'm going to put that in so it's cooks
a little bit.
Up. Yeah.
Okay. Now I already have one in the oven.
Yes.
How long are you going to bake? This is going to be about 45 minutes.
This is about 45 minutes. That's like pumpkin. Again, the smaller the round, the smaller the pumpkin, quicker.
All right. Now, here we are. Now, I already have one in here that's done. Okay, cooking. Let me get this one out right here. There we are. Beautiful. Now, we got this right here.
Wow.
Okay, now, that looks good, right? Now, to finish this, to finish this, all we're going to do is here. I'm going to mix these together. I'm
taking a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of sugar.
A little bit of cinnamon.
Brown sugar and white sugar.
Uh-huh.
And then we kind of
mix
it.
You
can
together.
Put this in a Cuisinart too and just
you can just break it
just
up.
pulverize.
I have the dark brown. I would use my fingers with this.
Yes, because
you know, sometimes in the studio it gets just a little humid, so we have to adjust for that. That's very embarrassing, David. When you go to take something out of a dish and you go like that, it doesn't come out because of a little humidity in the studio.
I know. Or like you said earlier, the smoke detector goes off.
Yeah, the smoke detector goes off.
Anyway, this is brown and white sugar, creme brulee style. This goes on top.
Okay, beautiful.
Again, here's your additional sweetness. So don't when you taste your base, don't worry if it's not as sweet tasting. This is adding a lot of sugar.
Okay. Now, this goes under the broiler just until it starts to bubble and gets nice and golden brown.
Yes. Well, yeah, it'll melt, caramelize.
It's going to caramelize.
You broil it. This will take about under hot broiler a couple minutes, a few minutes.
A couple of minutes,
or 5 minutes.
Or a torch.
Blowtorch is the way it's done in restaurants, and sometimes they have the home kit torches at some of the gourmet stores.
Kind of like the kind you see in a dentist, when you're there and they have the little torch.
Yes. Either way, it works.
We're going to get this under the broiler. We're going to take a look at it when we come back from our break. Plus, we have your lollipops we want to take a look at, too.
Yes.
So it's definitely Let's Cook with David Burke. This is definitely holiday fare. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook. We're here with David Burke. Now, David, we made some fabulous food here today. The first dish we did was a sweet potato soup with two versions. The first one
is it's got the smoked turkey in it, and we put a puff pastry dome over it with a little cheddar cheese and bacon on top.
This is great for the holidays.
Very, very. It's a good, satisfying winter soup. It actually can become a meal. It's
definitely.
Then we did the one for my cookbook, current book, which again, it's the same soup, but it has brown bread croutons, and we did sweet potato chips with that.
By the way, David does have a book coming out in
another book. My second book.
The second book in the spring of 2004.
Updated American classics.
Yes, great stuff. Excellent stuff.
This is a variation of a dish I have on the restaurant menu. It's roasted rack of pork, garlicky clams, and some cilantro.
That's at David Burke and Donatella at 61st and Park in New York.
That's right. Make a reservation.
Just open, make a reservation. They're rocking over there. And last?
Pumpkin creme brulee in the pumpkin shell. Sweet pumpkin chips.
Excellent.
And that's it. And then we have this beautiful thing.
I want my picture on a box, David. Okay, David's picture is on the box here because these are gourmet pops or cheesecake pops.
These are my cheesecake pops. I also make smoked salmon, foie gras, goat cheese. But these are the real popular ones. These are a dessert on the restaurant menu as well as sold in retail stores and at the gourmetpop.com website. These are cheesecake with 3 chocolates and Reese's. This is a toffee one. This is a pistachio and dried cherries, and we have some other flavors as well. Coconut key lime, strawberry shortcake.
You develop these?
Yeah, it's my company, myself and my partner Jerry. Yeah, they're good.
I don't mean to destroy the tree here.
No, you know what? They're meant to be eaten. So. And this is at the restaurant. I wrap these in cotton candy, and I dress the tree up with powdered sugar and berries. So,
see, I'm savoring mine, David. Thank you. These are all great recipes for the holiday. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
Everybody
Happy
out there,
holidays.
thanks for watching Let's Cook. You have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.